Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the 37 times 2 podcast. My name is Kevin, also known as Kire, and I am joined once again by my two friends, Elenix and Sam. And today we're going to be talking about the voting gauntlet this week. We also have a couple banners to talk about. I think we have 4 new banners that just dropped. 3 new banners. Can't count.
Yes,
But
3 2 for the voting gauntlet.
Before we get into that, let's just talk about what we've been doing this week. So, Elenix, let's start with you. What have you been doing?
Not much. The Tempest Trials ended last week, but I was doing that. I got to 100k points, and I left it at that, really. I didn't bother shooting any higher for rank. Other than that, it's Arena Assault, and just leveling units. Got fortunate enough to pull a plus speed Henry, so working on that, and got a couple other side projects, some Feather Choke, but I mean, slowly but surely getting up there.
Mm-hmm. What place did 100k actually land you in?
I actually don't remember. Yeah, and I can't check it anymore.
How many feathers did you get and end up getting?
I don't know.
What the heck? Okay, so let's assume 4k. I think Patrick last night said he was not even at 5k and he had 140k points or something.
Mm-hmm. So I think the people that kept going, I think you did.
Not really. I guess I just spent more stamina than I really needed to.
Yeah, I just got lazy. I hit 100k points and that was it for me. So
yeah, I feel like I was even suboptimal. I wanted to align my TTs with just doing the 3 quests a day and then getting to 100k to save my stamina on those other bits. But I ended up getting to 108k or something. But then I just kind of left it there. There was no point trying to push to get those extra 2k feathers. The stamina I was gonna drop in to get there wasn't worth the feathers.
I don't know. I was just using. I think I just spent all of the quest potions that I got. I ended up getting 160k, which landed me at 2,215. So top 5,000. That gets me how much is that? I can't count. It's 8,000.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I feel like I have so much stamina potions now. I don't even know what to do with them. They're just they just exist.
Exactly, and you always need feathers, so why not? Am I right?
Well, I feel like you can use your stamina potions to get feathers more efficiently in a different way. I don't know. I feel like there might be more content or something, but I feel say 20 stamina potions for 2k feathers doesn't seem worth it to me.
I didn't even spend 20 stamina potions. I think I spent maybe 10, 15 at most.
Mm.
And if you're getting one a day, then over the course of 2 weeks, you just break even.
I guess, but I guess I just don't have the time to just auto battle through more things.
Mm-hmm.
I had it was just a busier week last week, so
yeah.
I mean, I did what I needed to do, which was good.
Nothing too special for me this week. I pretty much just continue to hoard my feathers. Oh, I have 150 sacred coins now, so I might upgrade my speed and my attack poise seals, and then work on getting those to a higher level. And then what else is there? I think that's pretty much it. Just kind of working on my my items. I mean, working on my account, and then also I guess doing the VGs and auto battling as much as I can for those.
All right, so let's get into the real meat of this week's podcast, and that's the new banners. The Halloween banner came out, and also the voting gauntlet came out, which means 2 new banners because it's going to be 4 new heroes on each side of the tournament bracket. But today is also the last day. It's today and tomorrow, I guess, to get your flyer boost skills. So, but then again, as we mentioned last week, Hinoka is actually the only notable member if you don't really need Minerva, and she's actually in the voting gauntlet banner, so you still have some more time to get Hinoka.
But then, you're gonna get pity broken by Ashana, and then you're gonna want to die.
That's pretty Monka-esque, but still.
Yeah, for this, I think the best thing to do is if you need just home flyers,
go for that.
And you've already got your blue you've already got your blue flyer filled, go for Noe.
Yeah. But
She
anyways,
feels a different. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I was just gonna start. Let's start with the Halloween banner that came out last week. So we have 4 new characters in this banner. We have Naui, Henry, Jacob, and Sakura. Do you guys want to Sam? Do you want to start off with what your opinions are?
I think, in my opinion, Henry is hands down the best unit on this banner. Just because he gives you access to Armor March in case you need to complete your armor emblem. He has that the live for badges skill, so it helps you increase your badges for upgrading your sacred your seals. And then he's also just has a good stat spread. You can, depending on what you get for his IVs, he can be either be a really effective Grom Raven user or Blade user, or I guess you can use his base kit or whatever. But 36 res, or I think, does he have 36 base res or something, or 35 or something?
Yeah,
But
he has 36 base.
He has the highest base res in the game, plus a pretty good speed. So he's very proficient at killing all mages, even red mages. He can tank a hit probably from them, and depending on how you build them, he can probably fight back. And he can probably beat a few of the matchups. With say minus plus speed, so that he has 40 speed, so it's pretty hard to double him, even if you're getting Darting Blowed or LND'd by a Tharja or whatever. You probably can take a hit unless they're really buffed by the blade. So I think Henry's the best, and then the second best would probably be Jacob and Noe, in my opinion, and then I guess if you really like Sakura, she's not bad, but I think she's just there and she's good at killing magic.
Wait, so Jacob is tied with Naui?
Yeah, I would say they're pretty similar. I probably think Jacob's probably a bit better than Naui, just because Naui's just she's good, and I think she's probably the best Blade Tome user, the best Rao Blade user. But then her stats aren't amazing or anything, but she is pretty fun. She's super fun actually. Her Grimoire legendary tome is super fun. The mobility and the tricks you can play with it are very satisfying. It makes my fly not my fire or anything, but when I'm just using it randomly and it's oh, I need to get dance, and then suddenly I'm oh right, I can just move my dancer here even though I shouldn't be able to come here, or move my Henry, because when I was using my Naui, I was using my Henry too, and then just being able to move Henry to a square and giving him extra mobility is pretty fun.
Elu, how about you?
So I think I have a bit of a different opinion. I do think Henry's probably one of the better units on this banner for sure. And I think I'd put Noe in the second tier. I mean, as Sam was saying, Henry's got a really nice stat distribution, and he's got an armor BST. It suffers a little bit because he's mage, so I think it's 165 if I'm not mistaken, and then
yeah, it's 165 base.
You got your Hectors and your FEs at 169 or something like that. So he's a little bit short, but it's so his base kit, he comes with Armor March. So the obvious way to run him is to either run him in full armor emblem, or what I'm more excited to do is run kind of a mixed team with the guidance seal, and just drop armors around with just abusing guidance and maybe a dancer. Excited to see where that goes. You do, I think, need to replace his tome.
Spectral tome not doing it for you?
Well, I mean, this is just my speculation at this point, but because I haven't finished, but I don't think spectral tome is good enough to kind of just keep on him. It has an interesting effect. It's a ranged dark breath, I think. Is that the best way to?
No, it's basically just Veronica's tome, but not legendary.
I don't know what Veronica's tome does.
Her tome is just an AoE panic, which is what.
Yeah. Okay, so panic play, right? Okay, so it has its uses, and it's got 12 might, but I think you're better off running either Blade or what I'll be doing is running probably Raven. I got one with minus defense, so I need to shore that up and have him counter both Reinhardt and Lin. And he'll be excellent for that reason. And of course, just Armor March sharing it is always good. I'm less excited about Jacob. Jacob is the Armored Archer. I feel like his stat line is lackluster. His bow is nothing to write home about.
Isn't his I just need to interrupt. Isn't Jacob's stat line like the same as Henry's? It's 165 as well.
Yeah, but
sorry,
like
not his base stat. I mean like the distribution.
he's
stat
just like
spread?
a super tank. He's like 34 to 33 or something.
I
in
feel
his
like he's got
defense.
some pretty good defenses. Isn't it like 33-28 in his defense and like res spread?
I just opened it up. He's 42 HP, 35 attack, 23 speed, 33 defense, 32 res. So okay, I guess like I take that back. He's like very stable. He's got a very like armor stat line.
I
Not
think
like
he's
Henry,
probably the best close counter user in the game with his stat spread.
Yeah, but I mean, close counter is already super expensive. I wouldn't want to go down that route.
Me.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just and also you gotta go through colorless hell to get this guy, and then you can get pity broken by the Sakura, the ninja Sakura, which I mean
You could also get pity broken by actual Sakura. Sakura.
yeah, or like just like I don't even know if it's worth it. Like he's not, he's very balanced as a unit. He's very strong in that like he can take a hit.
He's got some terrible speed. I'm just saying, his speed is awful.
But then you basically just run Weary Fighter on him. You run Weary Fighter, close counter, and then just like let him tank.
Yeah, so like I think that would be how I build him if I got him, but I am not willing to go into colorless.
I mean, I don't think
for him
I don't think in any capacity he's like worth pulling for. But I'm saying like if you do get him, I feel like he's
so.
Good.
What bow would you want on him? Would you want like something like Slaying Bow, I guess?
Yeah, Slaying Bow. I think Slaying Bow, Ignis,
Slaying Bow would probably be best.
Bonfire, Weary Fighter, close counter, kind of like shenanigans. If you want, you can go quick riposte.
Yeah. So like, there's ways to make him viable, and if I did pull him, I would use him. But I just, my opinion is I don't think it's worth going for. Unlike Henry, he does not have Armor March. So if you don't have like somebody to give him that, he's just gonna be a really slow moving archer, and I don't know how much you want that.
Like, I think in terms of like everything, Henry has like the most pathetic inheritance on this banner.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What do you mean, Henry?
Not Henry. I mean Jacob. Jacob has like the most pathetic inheritance.
Yeah. So like that's where I agree. Like I don't think he brings anything to the table, and then like. If you're gonna try to run this guy, you're gonna run into the Raven Tomes, or like all the Raven Tome users, and like there's stuff to get around this guy, and people are running this stuff anyway. So I just that's my opinion of Jacob. And then Noe is good for, ranged flyer, limited unit. Go for her if you don't have one and you really want to run flyers. But as Sam was saying, I don't think her stat line is particularly doesn't stand out too nicely. Let's see here. She's 34, 34, 32, 20, 27. All of that gets fixed with like Hone and Fortify Flyers if you have that access to that. And like you slap a Blade Tome on her and
she does get that A skill. I'm just saying.
Her A skill's not bad. Her A skill's pretty decent actually. 5 res, 5 res, 5 attack is pretty decent.
But
you have to work around it, but it does give you a big bonus.
I think like by using it, the attack res blind, it's like a spur, right? You got to be next to someone.
Yeah.
For it to activate, yeah. So it's like you'd be playing her as if she had an owl tome, and I guess that's also consideration if you have one, and you want to like sacrifice a Katarina, but that's I don't know.
Inversely, though, you could feed her to Henry. And give Henry the green owl tome with like all the defense buffs from like Armor Emblem and make him unkillable.
That's something I actually wanted to get into because I was talking to Elu about it during lunch today, and I was talking about my Henry, and I have owl tome on my Henry. I managed to pull one. It's minus speed plus defense. It's pretty good for tanking shit, obviously, but what I primarily use him for is. Being a counter to Lin and Reinhardt, and while he can tank Reinhardt, no problem. His resistance, as Sam said, it's like 36. It's like he'll tank Reinhardt with like any sort of like green weapon and just kill him back. But the problem is with Lin, and he can tank the Brave Bow build like no problem. It is like simple. She does like 1 damage, 2 damage at most, and even with the special proc, like Moonbow, Draconic Core, whatever. The problem comes from her legendary weapon, the Mulagir. That thing freaking stops all kinds of buffs, which makes owls completely useless. I got doubled by one the other day, and I lost my arena assault run 6 out of 7. I was pretty pissed when that happened. So I don't think not Raven, Owl Tomes, for me personally, as long as Lynn still exists, they're pretty bad. They're still pretty bad.
Yeah. I like the concept behind them. It really rewards like
This
proper
death
positioning and all that.
ball play style.
Yeah, the death ball playstyle, and I think like as a flyer, Noe would be really good for that. But I mean, I think like our two previous ranged flyers have been more exciting. Noe's a red, and I don't think red's a very strong color right now, just because of how rampant Reinhardt is. And like obviously she's not going to win anything against Brave Lynn, unless
I do like her being red though, in the sense that like the best flyers, like the melee ones, are blue. Like if you run like Tana Cordelia, it's nice to have like the Noe to kill like any Hectors and stuff that like would cause your flying emblem team issues otherwise.
Oh yeah. If you're missing a red, she's not bad. I would never say that. Like I think just being ranged as a flyer, like with their mobility already, is going to be like awesome for anybody who happens to pull her. And she's also got honed flyers, so it's like I think we were going over how Hinoka is available on one of the voting gauntlet banners. I still think if you need like a flyer to round out your team and you've already got blue solved, even if you don't have blue solved, I would still pull for red.
Yeah.
And try to snipe for Noe, just because she's limited and she fills a role that
every flyer emblem
otherwise
needs.
Yeah, you want one, right? You want one in your flyer emblem team, especially if you don't have one.
Basically, you never know when you might need her.
Yeah. So like she'll definitely have her uses. So I would rank them. Henry at the top, Noe second, Jacob third, and then Sakura bringing up the rear. I just want to go over Sakura really quick. She's she's a ninja. She suffers from a terrible stat line and all that stuff. But her dagger is interesting because it's plus efficiency against all mages. Is that right?
Yeah, all magic
users, right?
All magic besides all magic,
so,
like all tomes.
All tomes. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So it doesn't include like
she won't beat like dragons.
Yeah, no dragon
exactly.
stones.
Okay, so she's not Julia. I don't think it's worth going into colorless for her specifically, but if you happen to get her, she's gonna fill a niche role, and she'll have like space for you like in one of your 7 arena assault squads for sure.
Actually, I have a question. 6. Do you guys think that she fills the niche better than Felicia, or does Felicia do it better than her? Because I don't know. For me, maybe it might be my buddy list or like who I bump into. I always see people feeding her to their Felicias. I don't ever see like her.
Yep. Every just for my personal take, every time I've gone into an arena assault and I saw somebody with the higher score than 710, it's always been led by a Felicia with Kitty Paddle.
Just to clarify what it is, Kitty Paddle is it's a ninja weapon, 8 might. It's inheritable, effective against magic users, and then after combat, against magic users, they get a debuff of -7 defense and resistance. In the same vein as like a hone, so it's going to show up as red numbers on the target unit. So yeah, I guess to that effect, I would say Felicia's better. Like I think her stat line is more ideal for it, but I don't think like.
Well,
it's just like she can't really. I don't know. They're very similar. Let me see here. 147. Sakura's at 33, 32, 34, 14, and 30. So it's like
the thing is with Sakura though is that she comes with like warding stance 3.
Yeah.
So she gets +6 when attacked. So she can tank her fair share of mages. I think she might be like It says here on Game Press that she's like third out of 25. Like, what is that? Like dagger units, or is it just like like we have 25 dagger units and she's like third amongst like top res, or is it like all colorless?
No. It's what I don't know what that 25 is.
I'd have no
She's
idea.
she's definitely at the top. 34 is one of the highest numbers I've ever seen for resistance on a unit,
34?
and especially for like.
I think 34 is like the highest res in the game, isn't it?
You just said Henry was the highest
high.
res at 36. What the s?
It's quite high. So like I don't know. There's no question that she's gonna like.
Yeah, Henry's number one with 30. Henry's number one at 36.
Wait, so what is it? It's like Henry, then who else? Who's after Henry?
I don't know. Is it like Titania or some shit? I don't know. It's probably some mage. Is it Julia? Oh, it's Daedra probably, isn't it?
No, Henry's the highest. Daedra's like one lower than Henry, I think.
Yeah, if she's 35, then like she'd be second. Yeah, she's second, and then Sakura would be third. She's the third highest res in the game.
Yeah. So like, I guess they created this unit to destroy mages, and she will destroy mages, but that's all she's gonna do. That's not to say like she's gonna be bad at it. She'll do it very well. I don't know the numbers. I'm not sure if she'd live through like Reinhardt with Quick Impulse and all that. The build that everybody runs kind of thing. My guess is she might die. I don't actually know. But like if she gets a hit back, like Reinhardt's gonna die, 100%. So if she can do that, like she's definitely fits. Like she has space. If you pull her, and she doesn't have like something hurting her stat line, like minus attack or minus speed.
You know what? I'm looking at all these. I'm like just because like this topic gets brought up so often. I'm looking at Felicia and what's it called, Sakura right now, and I think the only reason why people would want to put Kitty Paddle on like Felicia is because she's a lot easier to merge. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why, because they have the same base stats, and like she's only one res lower than Felicia, Sakura being, and she's only got a bit speed lower as well. But otherwise, she like beats her and everything else. No, she's actually fast. No, yeah, she's slightly slower than Felicia.
Well, Sakura has like 9 attack more than Felicia.
Yeah, it's crazy. She has 9 attack more, and I think she has like slightly less health and 1 less health, which is like I think Sakura is like, if you manage to pull Sakura, unless you have like a bunch of Felicias on like hand to merge, then it's definitely worth keeping her. She like definitely puts in a lot of work.
But Felicia does have a disgusting speed, like 37 neutral.
Yeah, she's the third highest in the game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's also like another consideration as to why people are putting Kitty Paddle on her instead, because a lot of the mages are quick. Think you're like kind of your Blade Ninos, Blade Darjas kind of thing. They're fast.
I mean, like with Kitty Paddle, do you really even need to double? That's the thing. Like, I'm
pretty sure advantage. You should one-shot them if you're in Vantage range or whatever. You just one-shot them.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't know. People just like really like Felicia then.
I don't know. They're both.
I personally like if I happen to pull her by the end of this banner for whatever reason.
Oh God.
I don't
no, Dylan. I mean, Ilu.
But if I do, like, I will happily use her as like a mage counter, and I think that's all you really need to say about her. She's got very good skills out of the box. Like, you don't need to do anything.
Yeah. Should we move on to the gauntlet now?
Yeah. In conclusion, like I haven't given my personal thoughts, but like I'm pretty much in the same line as both Ilu and Sam. I think Henry's the best, and Sakura is unfortunately the worst out of the bunch, objectively.
Not that she's bad, but
not
like
that she is bad. Like I think she's like very good, and probably like the second best dagger user, if not like the best.
She's technically the best
in this current meta. In this current meta, where like Reinhardt and Cecilia are like prime. Like I think she's probably like the best. Otherwise, like we have like she contends with like people like Kagero and who else?
Performing Arts Olivia?
And like Olivia has her niches, okay? Jay will be very happy that I mentioned her. But yeah, and as for Jacob, I feel like he's gonna do what the old Takumi build did, but better if he gets what's it called, close counter, because he's way tankier and he can deal out probably just as much, if not more damage than Takumi ever could. Because like people who are still stuck in that Fujin Yumi advantage, like old build with close counter, like they need to grow out of that and like embrace like Brave Bow.
LND Brave Bow Plus.
Yeah. So like, you know, if you have a Takumi lying around and then you happen to pull Jacob, I don't think it's a bad investment to give him close counter. It just feels bad to, you know, give up your Takumi. I think some people might be upset at me for that, but you know, we're just talking about efficiency. Like, however you guys want to play the game, there's a lot of ways to go about it, and you can be successful.
It's all up to you guys.
We're just
don't let us tell you what to do. Just listen to us.
Just listen to us.
Maybe you'll learn something. But speaking of Takumi, let's move on to the first
long-haired gentleman.
Let's go on to the long-haired gentlemen. These feature boys with very long hair, and who people on this banner are Ryoma, Karel, Takumi, as we mentioned before, and Soren. What do you guys have to think about this banner?
I think Ryoma's gonna win, and Ryoma's the best banner.
He's just gonna win the entire thing over Takumi.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure like voting gauntlets are like largely dictated based on Japan. I'm pretty sure they probably have the largest player base. Like, do you think so?
I'm not sure. I actually don't know the numbers by region, but I mean, it's, you know, voting gauntlets at their core are like popularity contests. The way I see them is they're just free feathers.
Yeah.
Who do I think is gonna win?
Yeah.
I think the guys banner, it's either Takumi or Ryoma. It depends on like which one of them. Like in terms of like current usefulness, I think Ryoma's more useful. Will that matter? Like, does that matter in a voting gauntlet? No, I don't think so. Not really.
I think it matters because like I think it all comes down to which unit does the player have on any given. But day.
I mean,
you do get unit bonuses.
Yeah, I think a good fair amount. Like, okay, you're right. I guess more people will have Ryoma because he's red, and colorless just is not a fun time ever.
I think people just have him just because he's been out since release, and
so is Takumi though.
Takumi was like literally the first banner. Like I was trying to roll for Takumi when I first started this game, and I just settled for Lin.
I ended up rolling him on Hero Fest, the first one, and I rolled Ryoma like looking for Lucina at the time. I was just like,
God bless. Man. I rolled Ryoma and I rolled. I think I only rolled Ryoma on the. I rolled Ryoma and Azura on the Hero Fest 1 banner, which was like pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I rolled Azura off color, off like.
I rolled Azura off color and on that banner, and then I rolled Ninian off color and on the banner.
But anyways, let's get back to the banner. So Ryoma, I don't think anybody really needs to know what Ryoma does. He is amazing at everything. He's amazing at attacking. He's amazing at counterattacking. He's amazing at defending. He's good at doubling. It's ridiculous. It's lobster god.
Well,
I think he's an S tier unit by far.
Like Aira and Ryoma are probably the best infantry reds in the game.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep.
I would put Ryoma. I personally, as much as people have been screaming about power creep, I hate that word. I still think Ryoma trumps Ira simply because he has distant counter. He just does like everything that Ira would, like just as, if not even better. Like I personally value like distant counter extremely highly, like more than most people would. But and like distant counter is how my play style revolves around. I'm an enemy phase style player, so having like Hector and Ryoma and like stuff like that is like key to me, to the point where I fed a second Hector that I pulled immediately onto Ira because I thought that would make her even better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't even
Uh,
I didn't even bat an eye. I was just like, this Hector has plus HP minus defense. Okay, it's going straight onto Iron. I'm not even gonna think twice.
Yeah, she's got a ridiculous stat line, but we talked about Ira on the last banner. So yeah, I mean, use your free pull. You could go for either Ryoma or Takumi. I think they're like the best picks.
Yeah.
By far.
The problem is like you could get pity broken by Corel, who shares the red pool with Ryoma.
To be honest, though, if you don't have a good green mage, Soren's not bad. Like he's basically like Nino, but like
I
can take
still
Reinhardt.
wouldn't pull for him though. He's available at 4 stars. You're
Yeah.
gonna see him. Like I've seen my fair share of the guy.
There are a way, like, even while mage, like, even while I was short on greens, like, Soren was never, like, a thought to me. I was just like, I have a Soren. Do I want to use him? No, I don't. Okay, moving on. That was, like, my thought process. I was just like, I'd much rather have something else. I'd much rather use, like, another super slow armor off, like, an armor team than use Soren.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
My Soren's like a 4-star plus 9, by the way, so it's like got some pretty BB stats.
Yeah. Yep.
It's because it just requires so much investment in, like, I mean, in retrospect, he doesn't require, like, what's it called? Training and, like, skilling and armor is probably even more of an investment, but just immediately, I'd rather just use an armor rather than Soren.
Yeah, I think that's it for the long-haired gents. So,
nothing else on Takumi. Like he's just
he's close counter fodder at this point. Like he's not as good as, and like I think what we heard last time is that like
bowmen are all worse than Lin. Okay.
Yeah, like well, I think what we heard last time is that like you can still get Brave Lin if you're just starting the game.
Yeah.
Like it gives you choose your legend unit.
At the moment, if anybody wants to still confirm, like make a new account for us and tell us in the comments.
I'm not gonna do that. But,
I'm telling the viewers, if you guys want to do us a +1, then feel free to make an account and tell us. Just like you can still pick Brave Lin and add more cancer to the goddamn game.
You should pick Brave Lin.
Yeah,
in all seriousness, like you're just hurting yourself if you're not doing it.
Memes aside.
Unless you really want to pick the unit you like the most, like they're all excellent. But
it's basically like you choose between Lin or like Ike. Those are the only reasonable options.
They're all reasonable options.
They're all reasonable options.
It's just like
in terms of objectivity, it's just Lin is the best, followed by Ike, and then it's like, and then Lucina and Roy are both like I feel like they're both equal in terms of their utility.
Yeah. But we're not talking about CYL here. So that's the long-haired gents. I guess next is the short-haired ladies.
Oh boy!
The banner consists of Amelia, Katarina, Sheena, and Hinoka.
Shauna, not Sheena. Sheena's a different character.
Oh, Sheena, it's my mistake. Sheena is the green armor. Shauna
she actually has long hair.
Yes.
She actually has long hair.
It's Shauna, the blue flyer.
Yeah, I'm a terrible person. I'd see.
Arguably the worst looking of the two blue-haired short flyers, but you know what? She has desperation, so she has that over Katria. I'm sorry. And she also has Iceberg.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess you guys can start with your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, my personal thoughts are, I managed to pull an Amelia. That was really cool.
Lucker dog.
I was pretty good that day after I pulled my first Amelia. It was pretty sick. Yeah, for those of you who don't know why Amelia is so good, she has single-handedly the highest base stat total in the entire game. Let me just search it up for you guys.
I think it's 174.
It's like 174, 173. It's something absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, she's
that's 5 points above like Effie, Hector.
Like despite being an armor, she is really fast. She has 34 base speed. That's fucking what?
She's like Henry speed.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, all because of that trainee status. Oh boy. But yeah, mine is plus. Oh god, what was mine again? Do you guys remember? I think mine was like minus res plus speed.
No idea.
I think that's like one of her best IVs. I think. Like objectively,
if you get speed on her, you can do so many things.
Yeah,
But
I think
I mean,
plus speed
just
minus HP is her best IV personally.
Yeah,
A
but
lot of
no,
people.
she's a pain though. When you're trying to kill her and then you can't double her and she lives, you're just like, oh my god,
That's
please.
that's what happened to me in one of my Arena Assault games. I was running Katarina. I was talking to Elu about it earlier again at lunch, and I was surrounded by my Katarina has Owl, and I surrounded her with 3 units. She was on a defense panel, and I went to attack a not close counter, distant counter Amelia on the other side, who was also on defense panel. She doesn't kill her, and she instead counters and kills my Katarina. And I'm just like, that made me sad. Needless to say, I lost that round.
yeah.
But
Um,
yeah,
so
Amelia,
like Amelia's
super good unit.
definitely good. What are your thoughts on the other ones?
My thoughts on the other ones. I think Katarina is probably like the third best red mage in the game. Like I think Silica is by far the best, and I think
Salika's infantry's.
Silica is by far the best, and I think, man, I think for second best, I have to put it. I have to give it up to Tharja. I still think that just because of how accessible she is, and the fact that she naturally
Accessible.
becomes
Accessible.
okay,
You're funny.
Elu over here has never pulled a Tharja in his life, so her silhouette is still black on the catalog. But anyways, I think Tharja is still for the layman, she is still more accessible.
Yes.
And she naturally comes with Blade, and which means she's going to have high merges and a very strong weapon. A lot of people like kind of value Blade pluses a lot, even though like most of the time you don't actually really need the extra. What is it, like 5 might or something? It's like 8 versus
You want
13.
those points though.
You do want the points, but like if you're just using her as like an all-purpose, just like PVE unit, you don't care about scoring, like it's perfectly fine to like use a regular blade because you're gonna get so many stats from your hones, from your spurs, and all your other stuff that it's like 56 damage is still gonna nuke anything. Okay, but anyways, I think Katarina is the third best mage in the game. I think she has her fair share of problems, as do all red mages. Red mages are in a very bad spot at the moment right now.
Red as a color.
Just red as a color in general,
yeah.
unless you're a sword unit with distant counter.
Yeah.
Or Ira.
Or Celica.
Yeah, Silica is
we're not including Silica.
Like,
but I feel like
Silica's
Noe,
special.
like Halloween Noe and like Alincia are not bad. Pretty good.
Alincia is a sword.
Oh, true. But
in terms of mages, like mages are awkward right now.
Yeah,
like they don't really have a place. Like whenever I personally think of like red mage, I'm just like, I'd rather be running a sword instead. Unless I'm like, even when I'm going up against armors, I'm just like, I can just let them attack into me, and then I have enough speed because I'm a fast sword user that I can counter and then double them, and then they'll die on the return.
I think they just need a few more like red mages with like legendary tomes, because then like
once again, owl tomes not a good thing. Good in concept
to make them work.
They have a nice concept, terrible in practice.
Yeah, it doesn't work with the state of the game right now. And so Shana and Hinoka.
We already mentioned Hinoka last week. She's good she's got a like respectable stat line, even though she's weaker. Yeah, even though she's weaker than Cordelia, her stat line is still nothing to like laugh about. Like she's still quite fast and hits quite hard. She comes with Brave Lance Plus, being a 5-star exclusive, and but what most people kind of just know her for is just Hone Flyers fodder, which is unfortunate because she's really cool.
She's a very good unit.
But her competition is so steep with like Tana and like
she doesn't hold a candle to Tana and Cordelia, but she's a very, very solid second lance flyer. I think she's up there. Probably I haven't looked at Volter too much, but I think like her and Volter would make up the second tier.
Yeah,
Volter's lance flyers. And then the rest of them. I mean,
sorry for the
with Deathploy people.
Yes, memes.
Yeah, I don't believe in
Signature
that.
skilled defense play, dude. Shit, better watch out. She's gonna
Um,
pile drive you with her heavy lance plus. Gonna fuck your armors up.
Yeah.
Oh
So
boy.
and Shauna.
Shauna, she's just fodder at this point. I would definitely wouldn't as good as Hinoka is. Don't bother rolling for Blues' banner. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Shauna appears so often. I've got
Yep.
7 extra copies of her just because I want Iceberg when I need it, and I also want Desperation when I need it. She's Iceberg fodder, Desperation fodder to me, honestly.
She's like full desperation fodder. That's when I see her. That's what she is to me.
Yep. Sam, any thoughts on the other two?
I think Amelia is definitely just hands down B unit.
Amelia's the star. You definitely want, even if you can't build an armor emblem team immediately, if you have the orbs to spend, I would definitely try at least to get an Amelia. Don't go overboard. If she's just going to be a unit that's just in the back, but if you're planning on committing to her, now is probably one of the best times to get her because she's the sole green unit, and also green is just a really purified, refined color to pull in. The 5-star pool, if you manage to land a 5-star green, is very deep.
Yep.
You still have Daedra to pull from, Julia,
and then you roll a Merric.
Well,
let's just not talk about.
Let's just not talk about Merric. Okay, nothing's perfect in the world. Okay.
I can't have nice things.
Merric is one of them. But aside from
goodness, he is so.
Aside from Nino's retarded older brother, there's Green Ike you can still pull from.
There's Sonya, Julia, Deirdre.
Sonya's in a I think Sonya is also in a weird spot. I think she's a slightly more offensive Merric because her speed is not that good.
But I wouldn't be tilted if I got Sonya. I wouldn't be tilted.
I think.
I forgot to mention there's always Big Daddy Hector that you can always pull.
Yeah. Where red's the worst color that we were going over, I think green's the best. It's such a safe pull. So
but the problem with green though is you never get those orbs. You never get those orbs.
Yeah, green orbs are very I think a person on YouTube did a test or a calculation stats test on what the rates of pulling an actual green are, and I think it might be 10% of the time you only get a green orb to appear. So it can be pretty bad sometimes, and you can also pull less than stellar units. I know there are gonna be a bunch of Soren fans, and know there are gonna be a bunch of Bowie fans, but I don't like either of them.
Oh yeah, I know. Soren, Bowie, Sheena.
Sheena's good, okay.
Raven.
She's budget Amelia. Sheena's a
budget. Yeah, why would you want budget Amelia when you can just get Amelia from the poll?
Well, that's the whole reason for pulling this banner. I have a +6 Sheena.
Hawkeye, that's tilting too.
Hawkeye, Raven.
Question for you guys.
What's up?
We have 2 separate banners with 2 undiluted green armor units. So we went over Mage Henry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we went over why he's good. And
Armored Henry.
Right, sorry, Armored Henry. And so now right now we've got Amelia on the second banner. Which one would you guys pull for if you had a choice?
And they both have Armored March.
Definitely, they both provide Armor March. Yes, that's also an important thing. But if I had to pick, as much as I do love Amelia, I go for Henry. Honestly, he provides way more immediate value in just his base kit and just for what he is alone as something that's unique currently, which is your first armored mage.
Right.
Yeah, hands down Henry.
Yeah, he's got the highest res in the game, which means he is already a big threat to Reinhardt because he's.
Well, technically, he has it tied with Rise, but Rise.
Okay, buddy. Okay, we're talking about good units here. There's going to be that one guy with the level 40 plus 10 Rise, but he can piss off.
Yeah, so I mean, I you guys answered that like pretty much. Sam, I'm guessing you agree, right?
No, I think Henry just so different, new, unique. And to be honest, like Henry's limited edition and Amelia, like you can get spooked by her randomly one day rolling for something else. So like
You could be rolling for Henry and you get spooked by Amelia.
Yep. So I guess well, my whole point with like this was like what I'm
If
trying to
you
allude
are
to is that
really
like
if you're really into greens, essentially,
go for Henry.
Roll the Halloween banner. Roll the Halloween banner instead.
and to be honest, I feel like rolling like green, red, which is the colors that you probably will be rolling for on the two banners, unless you want like Hanoka. But basically, like if say you want home flyers, right?
Hmm.
You can just roll like
Naui,
red, green for Naui on the Halloween banner over having to roll like green, blue, and then getting maybe like pity broken by like Shauna, right? So and then say you want Katarina, which she's like not bad too, rolling red, but then again you're rolling so many colors, it's hard to like focus in on what you want. So I just feel like say even from a inheritance perspective, like rolling on the Halloween banner and just rolling the green and the reds is better in my opinion than rolling on the other banner to get reason both like banners have the same inheritance, right? Like Armored March and like Cone Flyers, and then so it's like rolling those two. Like I think that other banner is like better.
Unless you're rolling specifically for a certain unit, like it's better to just go with the Halloween banner. It'll provide you more bang for your buck.
Bang for your buck, limited units, you know.
But you have 5 days before both of these banners go away. The short-haired ladies and the long-haired gents. You still have 21 days before, as of this recording, before the trick-or-treat banner goes. So until the end of the month, you still have enough time to roll or save. And then roll. Definitely, like my advice for all these like long banners, like is to just save until the last day. Like you never know when they might drop like a crazy banner in the middle of the month, and you won't have enough time to splurge on that one if you just impulsively spending. And plus, like being able to save those couple of orbs, if you manage to get like 4 of the same color or 3 of the same color that you want, is super nice.
But also, just a heads up, like Christmas and like New Year's and like maybe a potential Hero Fest 3 could be right around the corner too. So maybe you might want to save your orbs for like the next month too. Just because like I know like New Year's is a super big thing in like Japan and stuff like that. So
yeah, there was also all those leaked pictures of like Robin and Darja in like Christmas outfits, and I was just like, great, more awakening people. It's definitely what I wanted. It's not like I want to know any of the other Fire Emblem Heroes characters, not Heroes characters, but just Fire Emblem lore characters.
maybe the other two might be like Soren and Ike with like Darja and Robin.
Oh great. Anyways, like just because you mentioned Hero Fest 3, like let's just make a prediction right now. You have to pick 4 heroes for the next Hero Fest banner. Who are they?
Ooh.
Let's just make a prediction.
I'm not ready. I gotta look.
Just make a prediction.
You guys go first.
I feel like it's gonna be like you go first. You go first.
Yeah, units that we can't pick from in case anybody missed and doesn't remember the previous Hero Fest banners. It was the first one was Azura, Hector, Ryoma, and Takumi. So we're assuming those 4 can't be picked again, right? And the second one was Julia, Ike. God, what was
Julia, Ike, Ninian, and Jenny.
Jenny? Okay.
Jenny.
Do they all have to be like different colors?
Yeah, I think it's every color.
I think it's
one per color.
One hero per color.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you guys go first.
Sam, you go first.
I think it's gonna be either Sigurd or Ira for the red, and then probably for colorless, it'll be Bolin or Innis, but I have a feeling it's gonna be Innis because I doubt they're gonna.
I don't think they're gonna bring Legend.
I don't think they're gonna use
CYL.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be like Innis probably. I'm gonna say Innis. He's probably been the best like colorless unit that's been in the game since like the last Hero Fest. And then I think for blue, it probably will be like Tana. Probably just like Tana or Delphia probably. And then for green, probably. I'm gonna bet money it's gonna be Amelia.
I think that's pretty close to what I got. I think for colors list instead, I think I would put Faye instead of Innis personally.
Yeah. Oh, just for fire sweep.
Yeah, just personally. I don't think any of the ninjas are gonna make it unless Jafar is like super popular.
Honestly though, I'd be so tilted if on Hero Fest I rolled a fucking Faye. Like, who wants her?
I would appreciate Tana in the banner, but I think Lind would actually make it as well.
Oh yeah, Lind. I can see Lind on the banner. I think like Dalthea or Lind or Tana are all strong candidates because they're like such good players.
And just because I want to be different, I think either it's gonna for Reds. I think it's gonna be Silica or it's going to be Young Tiki.
I don't think it'll be Young Tiki. I could see Celica, but I have a feeling it's gonna be Sigurd.
I'm not gonna explain why I'm laughing.
The joke is now dead.
Yeah. Okay, so I got my units. I think red is gonna be Celica as well. I think she's a very coveted red unit, and she's seen a couple banners, but like she, I think everybody would appreciate a chance to pull her again. I think Ira and who did you say, Sigurd? I think they're both too recent. I think Alincia might have a shot actually in that spot.
Wasn't Ike's release and like Ike's Hero Fest banner pretty close together? I think they were like a month and a half apart.
Yeah, I mean it could be. For some reason I just don't think it'll be. Like, we're just making predictions, right? I don't think it's going to be Ira or Sigurd.
Right. You also said Alincia.
Yeah, my guess would either be for the red Alincia or Celica. For blue, I'm actually thinking Effie. I don't know why I can't shake that.
They wouldn't ever do Effie though, because Effie is available at 4 stars. They only do 5-star exclusives.
Oh, they only do 5. Okay, so that changes things. Then yeah, I would say Tana. Yeah, what you guys said basically. Tana Delte or
Dalthea, Lin.
Or Nefini.
Nefini? I don't know. She's not like really like good enough. I feel like she might have like a big fan base, but she's not like meta.
No, but like, isn't that what Hero Fest is? It's based on like popularity.
Probably. No, I don't think so. Or else they wouldn't have put like Ryoma, Azura, Hector, and Takumi.
What?
What? Are you kidding me?
No, I mean they're popular, but I mean like
we're top 20.
But I mean like are you telling me that like Denny is more popular than like Elise or something?
You're doubting the sheep, dude.
I think that's just a popular meme in North America.
Maybe when I look at Jenny, all I see is Wrathful Staff 3.
No, I like Jenny. I think
you're gonna make some enemies with this. I'm not gonna go down that road.
I think she's cute as hell, dude.
I like Jenny. But anyway, so those are my blues, my greens. I don't know. Green is.
Oh my god. Green. This is like slightly off topic, but imagine if they released like an April Fool's banner.
Not like this.
Why you gotta do this?
It's gonna be like gender swapped fucking
no. I imagine if they did like an April Fool's Hero Fest banner where it was like freaking like Lachesis or like Lachesis. Not Lachesis. I mean like Mess because she's 5-star exclusive, and like the worst 5-star exclusive units on the banner.
Is April Fool's even a thing in Japan?
You would pull once and like just like take your free pull and then walk away with it. I don't know.
Like imagine if the banner
depending
was,
on the banner, I'm not even sure I would pull, even though I had a chance to get something else.
Unless just make sure your pity rate's like nothing. But yeah,
that would imply that you actually did roll in that banner, monk ass.
Right. Well, no, because if you get a 5-star anywhere, I think it resets your pity on all the banners.
No, it doesn't. It's specific to that banner. Nope,
really?
Specific to that banner.
Yeah, it's all specific to banners. It's all specific to the banner.
You think I would know? Anyway, I think for green, the most reasonable pick is Amelia. But I mean, I know she's been featured like a couple times recently, and that's the only reason I'm like kind of hesitating on like my pick of her. But like, there's no other green.
There's no other green.
Like there's Deidre,
Minerva again. Goddamn.
Deidre and Minerva. Yeah, like they've. The problem is like green has no units. Like the units you want, they're all limited and like just it. I don't know.
You
Like
know
it's not
what's
gonna be
funny
Hector because
though?
Hector got it. It's not gonna be Brave because he's choose your legends. So my pick is Amelia. Maybe Shersh.
But
Not
you know
sure.
what's
She
funny
comes in
though?
a 3 and a 4-star. What the
If,
heck?
if
Right.
they
Okay. So
ended up
then, yeah, sorry,
choosing
5-star exclusives. Yeah.
if they ended up choosing
It's not gonna be
Innis,
Sheeta.
Amelia, and Tana on the Hero Fest banner, it's basically like their launch banner minus like Saber or whoever the red unit was.
It wasn't it
No,
gray or something?
That is a good point. So they may not. I don't know. And yeah, like my pick for colorless was gonna be Innis. I don't see another reasonable pick here.
I think Faye would
I
be up
guess.
there.
I guess Faye works. I just.
I think she's pretty popular as well. Maybe amongst the Yandere fans. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
People are weird like that. There are no
Like
other
I actually
5-star
don't know about that.
There are
Do
no
you
other
do you
5-star
think that like there's
exclusives.
potential for Alwyn to be on the Hero Fest banner?
I think they're not higher
Alwyn?
than like I don't think higher than Lind or like Tana.
Uh,
But
you know
maybe I'm
what?
just saying what I want to say.
No, yeah. I think we're just making predictions on what we want to see, but like, I think Owen's not a terrible because she's 5-star exclusive.
Yeah, he's probably just
And I swear she hasn't been on a banner like since her
Yeah.
first. So like that's
No,
not a
she's been
bad
on.
pick either.
She's been on the units with Desperation banner, I think, or like no, the
Oh.
Cavalry unit banner with Eldigan and I think what was
Okay.
the other one? What was the other? I think it was like Frederick or some shit. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Something bad.
It could be Owen. I think it's
but
reasonable.
then it's like Alwyn's not bad, especially like in like the whale territory. She's like really strong with like full boss plus 10 with the speed
Yep.
she has.
I'm working on mine. I just finished Life and Death 3 on her, so she hits like a truck now.
Yeah.
Still doesn't kill greens that well though. That's my issue with her right now.
Yeah.
But in terms of greens, I think it's along the same lines as not greens, but colorless. It's along the same lines as greens, as it's very.
It's just like there's no units in there.
It's a very dilute. Like, are there any healers or like ninjas we're missing? Like, there are no 5-star ninjas, are there?
Jafar.
And
Jafar
then,
is your 5-star ninja.
I mean, Jafar's really
5-star
popular
healer
though.
is like Mist.
like Mist.
Like I don't think they're gonna shaft us like that. We got a healer the last Hero Fest. We should get like at least Innis or Faye.
Like a decent archer. Like Faye's
Oh.
actually got the second highest BST of all archers. I'm just saying.
Oh, she's got that
154
villager.
BST.
That
Gross.
She's got
stat
that
line.
trainee status. It's crazy.
Gross.
Sorry, trainee. Yeah.
Higher than
So those are Hero
Takumi.
Fest predictions.
Hmm.
Takumi was already on Hero Fest. He's not gonna be there.
Like she is higher than Takumi, like higher than Lin even. Jesus.
Oh my god. Just looking back at these old banners, the War of Clerics Block A and Block B banners were like I think one of the worst banners in existence.
Okay, we don't talk about IS's dark time in the corner. Okay. But anyways, moving away from that, let's just talk about our final topic, which is just the state of the metagame, or just like how the game is right now, and what we personally like to change about it, because we always talk about this in our Discord chat. We're just like, maybe they should add this into the game, and then this is how they improve this, or like maybe they do an implementation of this. Last week I did an edit and cut it out, like everything that we talked about ninjas. But if you want to bring it up here again, then we can. But like otherwise, we can talk about how the arena system works, how like PvE has been doing, because a lot of people have been complaining about, like Bound Hero banner battle returns garbage. What the hell is this? It's just 4 extra orbs and like that's it. I finished it in 2 seconds and it's just no more content anymore. Or like we can keep on complaining about how we still don't have Xander and the Camus return. I want my merges on Xander. When? Please.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I guess what are my thoughts of like where the game is so far? I think we need something new. I don't know
Definitely.
like what I want it to be. Like maybe some I don't know. Like I'm thinking like some kind of limited mode that you can use something to enter. I don't know. some sort of like one of the currencies we have right now. And then you can enter it, and it's like a survival mode.
Mm.
Well,
You go
orbs are
as
going to
like
be always.
you go
Orbs are
as
always
far
going
as
to
you
be like the
can.
universal
Oh
currency.
no, not orbs. Like that's a premium currency. I don't think like
Yeah.
something. What would be my guess? Like something more accessible, like feathers.
Crystals?
Monk
Because
ass.
you don't want to use feathers, right? Like so, if you're gonna do this thing, like yeah, let me explain like what I'm thinking first. So yeah, like a survival mode where you take 4 units, and maybe it could be like categorized too. You could do like an infantry survival or like um, a flyer survival kind of thing, and you
I
have like
hate
these
those
maps that get
maps. I hate.
increasingly more
I hate.
difficult.
I hate those turn-based maps where you have to run basically with run away from emblems like
Yeah, yeah.
emblems
I'm not
mark or
saying
whatever the
that,
heck it is.
but like kind of just like you gotta clear these stages, and then like maybe there's a maximum of like 5 or 7 stages, and if you get to stage 7 and you clear it, you get some sort of reward, and it refreshes like every week. But it's not gonna be like easy. This is like gonna be like infernal levels of difficulty, like at the hardest difficulties.
I want to see like
I
infernal
don't know.
level versions
I
of
think
all the maps, maybe.
What
I
would
think that would be
yeah?
interesting.
Infernal versions of the maps would definitely be something. But the thing is, like, infernal maps are actually quite challenging sometimes if like they're not prepared. And like the new like, I think they definitely do want to cater more towards like the new player experience.
Mm. Yeah, for that reason,
But
I don't think they're gonna implement what I just suggested, unless they drop the difficulties and make it somehow accessible.
it also sounds quite complicated. But yeah, like, what would the rewards be for that thing then? Like, what would you think? Like, is it just more orbs, like crystals, shards?
You'd have to get something back for it, like I don't
It
know.
has to be worth the time of investment, and like how much stamina are you going to be putting in? There are a lot of things you have to think about.
Yeah, I haven't. This is just something I thought of off the top of my head, something to add to the
Yeah.
game because I do think the game needs something new.
Mhm.
And I'm not. I'm trying not to sound like a spoiled, like free to like not free to play. Sorry, like a spoiled. Well, the game is free to play. That's what I mean. I don't want to sound spoiled when I say this, but like I do think that IS needs to come up with something new, other than just like releasing seasonal units and redoing Tempest Trials and voting gauntlets and all that stuff. Like it's good. I think we've got a steady flow of content, but I think I think we're due for something else. Maybe like
Yeah.
looking into the new year, something
The
like that.
thing is, with like all the new stuff is just that it just feels super grindy and like
Mm.
uh,
It's not hard.
it's not hard. It's just super grindy, and then I don't feel like I accomplished anything. Like, oh, I got a really large number in Tempest Trials. That makes
I
me
just
feel
spent a lot
really
of
good about
time.
myself. I just spent a lot of time just
Yeah.
pressing auto battle and tapping the screen a bunch while I was at
Yep.
work. And then
Yep.
every time they release, like, as much as I do like the paralogs, all I see are just like 4 orbs.
Yeah, more orbs basically.
More orbs.
Yep.
Like, Arena is currently the most refreshing thing I see, but like even then I get sick of Arena real easily when like either something I messed up or just the terrible maps they put me in, and I'm just like, oh, I have to do so much extra work
Oh.
for something that gives me something so minimal, and I can just and something so volatile, because you can do really good on like all of your matches, and it only takes one to completely screw you over. It's like ridiculous. I hate that about Arena right now.
Yep.
But continue.
Sorry. No, I just had another kind of idea I wanted to float. And it's I want something that lets us use our friends list a little more.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's
yeah.
what I was going to say. Friends right now are completely pointless.
Outside of voting gauntlet, where you get to pull in one of your friends' units, it's like and it's random. It's just
It's random. You don't get to pick. You don't get any bonuses out of it. Like, you don't even get feathers for using your friends. They don't get feathers for using yours, and like you don't get like returns either way. You literally only visit, and like it's only designed for you to like visit. They click on it, they get feathers,
Your
and then
friends are 10 feathers.
if they're curious, they'll check out your unit, and if you're flexing pretty hard like I am right now, like they won't care. It doesn't matter. Like, friends are useless. Like every other game, like every other gacha game, Puzzle and Dragons. Fate Go right now, they all reward you for using your friends in some way or another. Whether it's they help you directly, or they just give you bonus points in some sort of like facet.
Yeah. So I mean,
Also, give
taking my
us a way
idea
to
from
expand
earlier.
our friends list, please.
I mean,
50
friends don't
friends
matter.
is.
I think they need to like give friends more of a purpose before they.
I'm a pretty popular guy, dude. I get a lot of friend requests. My
Monk
list,
That
ass.
must be
well,
nice.
my list has been like 50 out of 50, and then I've got 50 like in like requests on top of that. Just like I don't know what to do with all of these requests. I can't even. I don't even want to take the time to delete all of them. Okay, I'm a popular guy.
Not talking about QA. I think just going off of my idea earlier, perhaps like a mode where like you get to pick one of your units and then like a friend's unit or two of your friends' units, and then you just go through maps that way. That's cool. Like I think like something like the implementation is probably pretty complicated.
Dude,
Like
what about this? A co-op mode where you connect with
exactly.
one of your
It would
friends,
be like
and then
wait, no, not co-op,
you
not
you
quite.
pick
It still needs to be
you pick 2 units from your roster. They pick 2 units from their roster, and then you got like a 4-man team, and you can command however the hell you want. You can grief the shit out of your own friends. It's gonna fucking be terrible, but it'd be hilarious as shit.
Yeah.
That seems like terrible game design.
I would never
just-
pair up with Cynthia then. I would never pair up with her because all she wants to do is just go in and all I want to do is just bait and she's gonna fucking kill me and I'm gonna yell at her. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to cut this out, but like, in that case, I guess you could just like, it would be 2 sides of the map, right? The point is that you clear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your units are more like they're stuck. You can't like get to the other side and like whatever. I don't know.
Oh, you mean like that? There was that one map in like in the story mode. It's kind of like this elongated like bridge, but then like it cuts and then there's like an island and then like one. I saw this on Reddit where like an armor unit shoved an infantry unit onto that one square island.
Oh, I saw that too. Yeah,
it was pretty funny. And unless you have a ranged unit, you can't reach there.
Yeah,
it's quite entertaining. Continue.
It could be like that map, that map with Celica and May, where like you're on the 2 ends and you're divided by like the mountain, something like that. It would be kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of reasons, I don't think we're gonna get a co-op mode like that. But at least like a mode where like you get to pick 2 of your friends' units and then just like add them to your kind of your loadout team, and then you have to like clear a map with both your units and your friends' units. Like it'll totally incentivize people to put their best units forward, or like kind of if you have like friends that play the game, you can be like, oh, I need your so and so for the challenge this week. Can you put it as your primary?
You get like 50 feathers for that or something.
I think it just like it opens like such a really awesome like kind of design space for like where the game could go. And
everyone gets my summer Henry.
Oh god, I'm unfriending Sam.
Yeah, so and, like,
that never happens.
And it gives us a chance to like kind of clear out the really troll people. The people that leave.
I have to
Summer Frederick as their.
I have to purify my
rude. Summer Frederick's not even a terrible unit. He's just not good because he's a ninja.
He's not even terrible. He's just not good. That's what's wise words by Sam.
Just theory crafting, really. Just who knows what they'll do with the game, but I do think we need something new. It's basically what I want to get at.
Mm-hmm. Anything?
Preferably something with friends.
I know arena is like a very big thing that we often talk about in our Discord, but like any quality of life changes that you want to bring up?
Oh, good point. Let me think about that for a sec. Sam, you got anything?
I'm okay with arena right now. Like
because we're the only one here who's actually bothered fucking promoting the Asper trio, man. Piss off.
Because they're not that bad.
I think Alphonse
and Anna and Shane, they're not terrible.
Alphonse is apparently S tier now because of the Asher sub, but man, fuck you.
Yeah, they're not S tier. Like, don't kid yourself. But like, Anna's not a terrible unit. Like, Sharina's not bad. Like, she definitely can serve as a very solid sword check. Like, she's not a shit unit. She's just not like amazing, but like, they're serviceable for the arena, and like they're good for if you're free to play and you need a last minute thing. You need a last minute unit that like will not tank your arena score by running like a level 1 Arvis or something. So like I think they're very good for what they're used for. And like to be honest, making them 5-star just makes your life easier because then like like the Celica like an Alum banner thing. Like I mean the challenge. Like you need to use them to kill shit, and then you get orbs. Like you eventually like they pay back for themselves. I feel like.
Hey, dude. Okay, I managed to actually kill an alm with my Shauna, not Shauna, Sharina. Okay,
What
I
about your
managed to.
Alphon?
Man, that guy's gonna sit at like 2 stars for like the rest of his life. Fuck that guy.
Wow.
Guy's absolute trash. I hate Alphonse.
Like
I can't believe
wait,
he's the main character.
you asked for quality of life changes, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I still don't have any. Um,
I personally want them to change the scoring system somehow. Like,
oh yes, freaking make your like the scores that your units are scoring more apparent. Like put
Mm-hmm.
numbers on them because the base stat number is wrong. Like they had it before and like that was how arena was calculated, so it was fine. But they changed it and now they didn't change.
they
When
went
you
off
sort by
based on like
BST,
the rating category.
yeah, the rating
Because there's like
category.
there's the sorting option for rating.
It's no longer accurate though. So yeah, that would be
Yes,
something that I would change.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Um,
really hard to gauge how much your units are worth right now. That's true.
and this is more specific, but during arena assault, I think you should be able to still like swap your unit's skills around.
Like the thing
Like
is with like going back to the BST thing. Sorry to cut you off, but
no, it's all good.
the thing is with that is I can see why they wouldn't want to do that because it's the same like kind of logic why we still don't have
IVs.
a tell for IVs, and it's that
Yeah.
they don't want people to be discouraged when they pull a unit and suddenly it like they feel like they got cheated out because they got a shitty IV despite being
Yeah.
able to pull they get like your minus attack Hector with like plus speed or some shit, and they feel cheated out on because they got a terrible IV, but like
Like the IV thing, you can just look it up and it's pretty simple. You just look at your numbers and see which one's like kind of different from neutral.
yeah,
The
even
base
though it's
stats,
not
like I don't
necessary,
even
it's just more convenient.
like I can't like I don't understand how it's calculated at all. Like you know that Aether and Gale Force give more than like Bonfire and Ignis as specials, but how much? Like how many points are you getting? Like that's what I'm kind of looking for because I want to like for me it's just like in terms of planning my units and what I want to invest in next, especially because feathers for me are scarce. Um, like I want to see what I'm gaining.
I think skills are like the
So
last on the priority list in terms of scoring. I mean, like they might be pretty important. Um, like it all depends on where the players are. Like people like the whales who have enough time and money to spend rolling and merging plus 10 units. Skills come last because they'll have plenty of like feathers and skill fodder for them eventually. What's the most important thing is getting the perfect unit that you want for your team in order to score the highest, getting merges
yep,
for that unit, and then
yep,
you slowly build up to, and I think that score gets you like up to like maybe 730 just on merges alone, and then you
yep.
just work on like skills in order to build up to that 744 cap, which it currently is right now. So like, but on the other hand, for like people like us who don't have unlimited amounts of money and can't make it rain on fucking IS to get units that we want, it is more important that we get the most bang for our buck. And like an immediate fix to that would be getting the best skill, just like putting ether on everything and like using armors, like using renewal instead of certain beast skills. Like
Yep. I just
this,
I just I just want to know what I'm getting. That's all.
yeah,
That's like
yeah.
I want to know how much like what kind of gain I'm getting, and in terms of
Despite Vantage, not Vantage, but Desperation being better on Ike. Is it Vantage or is it Desperation or is it Quick Riposte? It's Quick Riposte, right? Despite Quick Riposte being better on Green Ike, you want to use Bjork's Blessing instead because it gives you higher scoring because it's a 300 SP skill.
Yep.
Same thing, like, I mean, you're obviously never going to take off Crusader's ward off Sigurd, but, it's the same rule applies there.
Yeah, those two things would be like the things I would change. Quality of life.
And nothing from you, Sam?
No, I think for the arena is just like I wish, yeah, like how you guys mentioned that they would streamline things, and I think that's like really really good. But other than that, I just like I don't know if they'll like revamp arena or anything. I think we're just probably hoping for new content or something.
Mm-hmm. But on that note, any whales that are watching this, thank you for watching. But please leave in the comments below and tell us how scoring actually works. Like, we know the basics of how to build a team, like, use high BST units and like get high cost skills. But like, how do you like build up? Because I know there was this glitch floating around somewhere where your scoring would reset softly if you went over the cap of 744, so you can't always just put like double rallies on everything, put this counter on everything, and then like expect to hit 744 on all of your units. Like, it does get to the point where it kind of like resets, and then you do get like the odd anomaly, which is like getting a 742 or a 740 in one of your runs, and then it just ruins it for you because you went over the cap somehow. I don't know if that's still a glitch now, but please let us know. But anything else you guys want to discuss last minute?
No, I'm good.
I think that's it for me too. I think we
All
got
right.
some good stuff in.
Mm-hmm. But so that's all for us this week. Slightly late this week, unfortunately, but we're only human, and I'll try to get this out as soon as possible, hopefully. But make sure to subscribe for more of this if you enjoy it. Like and comment. Feedback is always good because this is still a new thing. This is only our second episode, and we're still improving on a lot of things. Just tell us good things, tell us bad things. We can take it. I can take it. I don't know if like the other two can. I'm pretty sure.
Just leave the hate in the comments, yo.
They're weak of heart. Okay, but anyways, I've been Kevin, also known as Cure, and with me has been Sam and Ilu, or Ilunix, however he wants to be called. And this has been the 37 times 2 podcast, and we will see you guys next week sometime. I don't know, but we'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Later.